starting really at the top, an ASO manager, they're going to need to themselves know what is the first number I'm going to be asked about. Usually that's going to be how many downloads did we get and how many downloads did we get because of you. While not a perfect science, usually the ASO manager is going to head to App Store Connect, Google Play Developer Console, and they're going to say, well, the referrer traffic, I have to admit, is not really under my purview. We can discuss about the downloads, but at least the traffic part is not going to be under the purview. So the first question is going to be looking really at what we usually call organic sources in ASO. The definition of organic can be debated, but we're going to essentially look at how many downloads did we get from search, how many downloads did we get from browse, and can we get the sum of both? And same with Google Play, where here we're going to do the sum of search and explore, which is honestly something I advise everyone to always do. In here, we're just reproducing the way Google names these two sources. We do know, however, is that some of the visitors and store listing acquisitions you get from Explore actually come from search results, but they come from search results for keywords that Google considers explore keywords, explore search terms. And so I always say, actually just look at the sum directly. It's gonna be more important to understand what you're doing, because sometimes you may lose from one of the two and start thinking you did something wrong, and it's just actually no, what you did was right because you've actually increased in the other. It's just the keyword you decided to switch around in your metadata, they get attributed to the other one. Talking search and explore, search and browse as a total, that's where you start as the ASO manager. What's interesting is to still also look at the breakdown per source and track as well what's happening with the other sources. So that's going to be third-party referrals on Google Play. So that's going to be the referrer download, app referrer plus web referrer on iOS. So having an idea of what percentage of the mix do you represent as ASO. So for instance, here, yes, for iOS, we see 38% comes from search. That's only the second channel. Referrer is more important. And so it's always good to check. And obviously, you can also have a look at trends over time. Did your share increase, decrease? Whether it increased or decreased, how does it compare to the total? If your share decreased because another increased faster, it's not necessarily a cause for worry. On the other end, you might have an increase in your share, but if it's because another channel is decreasing, if it was part of the company's plan, all good. If it was not planned by the company, start discussing with the rest of the team, because again, this is still going to be a collaboration tool as well. Next up, you have so impressions for iOS. I believe these are actually unique device impressions, so trying to still represent single users. Store listing visitors for Google Play, that's really the traffic part, trying to represent everything. So it's already interesting because from this we can deduce between these and the ones just above that, for instance, here with the example of Ifrek, search traffic is 70% of the total traffic to the store, but only 38% of installs. That means we don't necessarily have a great conversion. Now, a question may be, is it because we appear on a lot of keywords for which we might be reaching, and we're speaking not just to the most qualified audience, but we're also kind of starting to build awareness, which can be something we should be happy about? Or on the other hand, is it that we are reaching just the very qualified keywords, but we are missing the point in terms of conversion, and now we're going to have a conversation with the rest of the team on what do we need to change on the App Store page so that more people get convinced. That kind of gets you these views, and that's where after that we will see the conversion rates represented over time. And so with what I was explaining before, there is a consideration to have for, is my conversion rate increasing, decreasing, because a ratio has its denominator progressing faster than the numerator, or vice versa. Here, again, looking at Ifrec, the reality is search traffic, the conversion has been improving. So it's far from great, but we can see a consistent pace of improvement in the past few weeks. So we can go back to have a look at what were the trends in terms of impressions then? Is it that we just started cutting down on unqualified traffic? Or did we take action? If we're doing the job of the ASO manager, we probably know already. But if someone else is looking at this, we can go speak with them to ask, did you change something on the page that would explain this behavior?